Maybe I won't get married, you know? Maybe I'll do one of those eat, pray, love things. Ugh, no, I don't want to pray. Forget it. I'll just die alone.
So who's the guy?
That is Mindy Kaling on The Mindy Project, the show she created where she serves as both executive producer and star. The 6th and final season of The Mindy Project launched this month on Hulu. And just this week, Mindy posted a photo from the set on the show's last ever day of shooting. Kaling's success as a smart, funny woman who's not afraid to talk about even the most uncomfortable details of life has made her a role model. She's the first Indian-American woman ever to star in her own sitcom. She's written 2 best-selling books. Time magazine named her one of the world's most influential people. And now, she's an expecting mother. Mindy invited us to the set of The Mindy Project on Stage 42 here at Universal Studios and into the office of her character, Dr. Mindy Lahiri, for a Sunday Sitdown.
Willie Geist.
How you doing?
Welcome to my set.
All right, we're rolling, everybody. Quiet, please.
Wouldn't this be the fanciest doctor's office you've ever seen?
By a lot. This is like a nice New York apartment.
Yes.
Not a doctor's office.
Yeah. The kind of doctor she is the kind of doctor that would never see me, Mindy Kaling.
Whether she's real-life Mindy or her TV character Mindy, Mindy Kaling makes you laugh.
I can't wait to die. My funeral is going to be off the chain. There's going to be a signature cocktail. My ashes will be around the rim.
Kaling is a smart, confident, stylish comedy powerhouse.
We belong together, Ryan.
But she wasn't always so bold.
I read that when you were a kid, you were not only shy, but you described yourself as a silent child.
In my house, we were both in awe of my parents, but also kind of terrified of them. And my mom always said that being perceptive was a better quality than being expressive.
So it's basically listen more than you talk.
A little
You're gonna learn
bit.
a lot more listening.
For sure, there'll be time to talk later.
Right.
Now I talk nonstop. You can't get me to shut up.
Kaling was raised in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Her mother, an obstetrician. Her father, an architect. Mindy's career as a writer started as a way just to keep busy after school.
True or false, when you were a young girl, you would go into your mother's doctor's office with a typewriter, and while women were having blood drawn and everything else, you were in there just knocking out poems on a typewriter?
Pregnant women would come in, they would take their bloods, and then there would be this chubby Indian kid with glasses in the corner, and she would just give me a sheet of paper and she's like, write something if you're bored.
And were they good?
No.
At Dartmouth College, Kaling earned a degree in playwriting. It was there, performing in improv and theater troupes, that she began to find her voice.
That took some guts, I imagine, for a shy kid.
Oh, for sure. And especially because I didn't look like a performer, but it was the writing that really gave me the confidence to go into the performing side of it.
It's late night with
Kaling's favorite comedian growing up was Conan O'Brien, then the host of Late Night. In fact, she admits, she was obsessed with him.
The obsessions you have as a 14-year-old are the most obsessed you'll ever be in your life about anything.
At 19 years old, Kaling earned an internship on Conan's show in New York.
I wouldn't do my things that I was hired to do. I would just kind of like follow you around.
I remember that part.
Just a year out of college, Kaling wrote and starred with her friend Brenda Withers in a play that became the surprise darling of off-Broadway theater and a hot ticket. It was called Matt and Ben. The play was the writing partner's fictional comedic idea of the early years of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's friendship. Mindy played Affleck.
I saw you in that show in 2003.
Oh my God, that's like a
Yes.
90-seat theater.
Yes,
Wow.
I saw it with my mother in 2003.
Oh my God, your mom's so cool.
Have you ever talked to Ben Affleck about that?
I saw him backstage at the SAG Awards, and he was very nice about it. He'd heard about it, obviously. I think it would have been different if we were like 2 white men playing
Right.
them. It'd seem like a narcissism of small differences, like we were so angry at them for having
Right.
the job I wanted.
Right.
But like, you know, Ben Affleck never took the job that I felt I was qualified for.
Right.
I should have been Batman. Why am I not an Argo?
Matt and Ben caught the attention of Greg Daniels, writer and producer of the sitcom The Office. In 2005, Daniels hired Kaling as a writer and later cast her as the blissfully superficial gossiper Kelly Kapoor.
I don't talk trash. I talk smack. They're totally different. Trash talk is all hypothetical, like, your mom is so fat she could eat the internet. But smack talk is happening, like, right now. Like, you're ugly and I know it for a fact, because I got the evidence right there.
What do you mean you have plans?
After 8 seasons on The Office, including a run as the show's executive producer, Kaling began to develop an idea for her own show, The Mindy Project.
I'm gonna go start my morning.
2 p.m.
NBC passed, but Fox picked up the comedy that stars Kaling as OB/GYN Dr. Mindy Lahiri, a character inspired by Mindy's own mother.
Your weekend sounded really depressing, and your weekend sounded disgusting.
As Mindy's career was taking off, her mother was fighting stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The same day Mindy's show was greenlit, her mother and her best friend died. Mindy's father moved to Los Angeles to be close to his daughter.
My mom was incredibly fierce and so devoted to us, but was just loved us and really wanted us to be happy no matter what we did.
All right, folks, quiet, please.
Can you give us a window into this season, at least pick up where we left off?
So my character finally got the thing she wanted her entire life, which is to get married.
Then, with this super rare, unbelievably expensive comic book, I wanted to know, will you marry me?
And like so many people who think they get the thing they want, we wanted to show that it was not at all what she expected. I love playing this character. She has so many flaws, but she's ultimately a good person, and that's exactly like every woman I know.
What does it feel like to be that kind of role model?
Well, at first it was terrifying. Once I was on camera, I realized that there was no one really that looked like me. So I was representing a larger group of women, and I have to be really careful about it because it's a huge responsibility.
So the word in the business, Mindy, is that you like to snatch memorabilia from sets and take it home with you?
Well, who wouldn't? This set is so pretty.
Do you start to feel the creep of the end a little bit?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, every morning. I've been counting the days, actually. I remember that, like, when the show ends, I can't just go walking around like I'm the star of the show anymore.
With the end of the Mindy Project comes the beginning of a new one, Motherhood. Mindy confirmed to us that she is expecting.
Do you have a vision of what kind of mom you're going to be? I mean, you had a great mom who was your best friend, as you've said. Mm-hmm. Do you imagine what kind of mother you want to be?
Well, as you know, it's so easy to criticize parenting until you're a parent. So one of the nice things about becoming a parent is that I'll be able to openly criticize other parenting because I will have a child.
Do you think you're going to be like the fun mom? Because I think that's the expectation.
I'm really happy that that's what I project. Right now, I just feel so anxious, but I'd like to be the fun mom. I know I'm going to be the dorky mom, so if I could be kind of fun too, I think that would be nice.
Mindy's going to be a great mom. The final season of The Mindy Project is streaming now on Hulu. To hear what Mindy has planned next, and she's always got something going on, check out our web extras at today.com/Sunday.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.